Okay, my name is Chris Hebert. I am the educator for Rhinestone Genie. I've been quilting and sewing for, golly, almost 50 years. And I love this Rhinestone Genie. The bling is absolutely incredible. I found David, I think 4 or 5 years ago in Houston Quilt Festival. And I've been working with them ever since. So let me show you, we're going to do some gift bags for the holidays and some real simple projects that we can get done through the holidays, because I know it's rushing for everybody. So this is a small gift bag, and these two gift bags that I'm showing you too, Dave has on the website, and actually they're really neat. They're a nice velour with a nice cuff, very well made. That's a happy holidays. Then we've got a bigger one, which is a wine bottle, and yes, there's a wine bottle in here. So we've got our wine diva. Okay. So the first one I'm going to show you is the simple one with the gift bag. And so I've got a blank gift bag. Let me move everything out of the way. Oops, this tray is bigger than the one I practiced with. There we go. I've got my gift bag right here. And since this is kind of thick, we want to put in a piece of cardboard or something kind of stiff, and I actually need to turn this so you can see I kind of bent it. Here we go. So I'm going to bend it to get it in because I need the width coming across it to do my happy holidays. And turn it. And what you're seeing now on the tray while I'm getting this sorted is the template set that I'm using to do this. It's happy holidays, and it's got snowflakes with it too. So, okay, I've got my cardboard in here, so that is hard. So let me show you with our templates. It's very easy. These are magnets, and we're just going to pop it out. I've already done the happy holidays, and I've got some of my snowflakes here too. So the first part I want to do of this is the wording happy holidays. Now you can put them together. You can put them farther apart. The one thing you do want to watch though is don't put them so close together here that the rhinestones get caught in between, because that gets very annoying. And I have to apologize. I have paint on my fingers. I was painting ornaments this afternoon and it doesn't come off. So it's going to wear off after a couple days, but I do apologize for that. Okay, so I'm going to line up the happy holidays. I know I've got to make it fit in here. And holidays just about fits on this bag. You'll see it fits very nicely right there. But I want to make sure that it's going to stay. And I'm going to line mine up and use one template across to do it. But I can also show you how you could cut it apart. So with our rhinestones, the magnet sticks to a steel tray, and you want to bring in lots of rhinestones. These are 2mm rhinestones. The color on this one is Aurora Borealis. Gosh, it took me a long time to say that word. And this is actually my new favorite color because it reflects all the different colors of the rainbow and the clouds. So bring in a lot of rhinestones. The more you bring in and the more you rub them together, they kind of bump and grind next to each other, and they flip themselves over so that you have the shiny side up. Okay, I've still got some gray ones here, which is glue side up. So I'm going to change those, do a little more, and really rub it in. Don't rub too hard because you don't want to slide the magnets off the tray, but you can really get quite vigorous in here. All right, we're looking better now. Now we're going to clear out all these extras. If we don't, they end up on our hot fix tape and end up in the project when we don't want them there. Okay, let's take a good look and see if there are any that are upside down, gray showing. I've got one right there, and I think that I have everything else filled in, which is actually great. So I'm going to take tweezers, and I can just pop this over. There it goes. Doesn't always work that easy, but it did this time, and put it right in. So now I'm taking our transfer medium. It's called a hot fix tape, and you're going to peel off the backing. The white is the backing, and we're going to apply it to the rhinestones. Now, you can go straight down. I do that if it's a small design, but I like to actually start on one side, lay it down, and go side to side, make sure everything's going to fit. That S just came in right there. And then I'm going to take the buffing pad again, and I'm going to rub all the rhinestones and really get them affixed to the hot fix tape. There we go. You can use your finger, but if you do this all day, your finger gets really sore. So this buffing pad is really nice to be able to get them down there. And only rub where the rhinestones are, because we have to peel this tape back off the tray. All right, now we're going to peel the tray, the hot fix tape off our tray, and grab it there. And I'm going to go corner to corner, low and slow, away from me and toward me. So as I pull it toward me, there we go. See those stones popping right up? And you can watch too. If a stone doesn't come up, you can bring the tape back and grab it. But it seems I've got them all coming right up. There we go. Now what I do want to do is lay this back on the hot fix tape, on the backing. And that way, and just press these down a little bit and really get them set there. Because I found if you don't do that, sometimes they will slip on their way to the project. Okay, so there's that. Now I've got my ironing pad right here. And I have a hot iron ready to go. My iron, you need at least 350 degrees on my iron. It's actually the hottest setting on cotton. Some irons, it's not quite on cotton. It might be on linen, but we're going to use a very hot iron, dry iron. We don't want steam. So I'm going to decide where I want to put this. And if you look at this, I've actually got some snowflakes too. That's a little bit bigger one lined up there and some smaller ones up here. So I'm pretty much going to put this in the center. If you really want to get technical, you can get yourself a ruler and measure down to here. I think I'm going to eyeball it because when there's a gift in it too, it's going to be all scrunched up. So there we go. And actually, I am pretty straight because I can look at the ruler on my pressing mat here. Just shift it just a little bit. See how easily it comes right up? And the stones stay right there so that I can put it exactly where I want it. All right, now we're going to put a dry hot iron on it, but we need to use a Teflon pressing cloth. And this is mainly to protect the background, our fabrics. The hot fix tape is actually fairly heat resistant and doesn't have a problem. And then the Happy Holidays, I know, is just about as wide as my iron. I can just see it there. And I'm going to put the iron down and leave it. And I'm going to leave it for about 45, 50 seconds. Excuse me. And since we're not counting, or I'm not counting at the moment, I do like to use my phone and set my timer, and I can use that over and over again. But my phone is my camera right now. And I don't have another timer in my studio, but that's just fine. All right, what we want to do, and if you have a hot fix, a hot press too, or an iron, a Cricut press, you can set the temperature for about 350 and anywhere from 25 to 40, 50 seconds. What we want is the hot fix tape to look nice and wimpy when I take that off. So let's check it out. And it's starting to get there. See how it's starting to crinkle a little bit? I think I'm going to put it a little bit longer because I was not counting. And that should do it. And you really want to try and do it all at once. But since I didn't have a clock on, see, there we go. Let it sit, cool off for just a moment. You can tell it's kind of hot and it is wimpy. And then when you pull it off, just watch as you're doing it. Make sure all the rhinestones stay down. There we go. As easy as that. There's a couple hundred rhinestones right on there. All done within, a minute or two. And I'm going to put the hot fix tape back on the sheet. If you see, it's a little bit fuzzy because this is a velour. So the hot fix tape can be used over and over again, but the fuzz that comes off on this is going to be used a lot less times than maybe say on a t-shirt. All right, now I'm going to move the pressing out of the way, and I'm going to get us some snowflakes. So I've got a little snowflake here, and I have a little one here, and then I have the larger one. And what I'm going to do is actually do the two small ones together and the other big one. Well, let's see, can I get them all? Yes, I can. So I can lay them all out, and I'll show you how we take them apart. This is just another way to do more things at once. So I'm going to bring in my stones again. Again, the more the merrier. Rub them around so that they're beveled. So they want to lay flat side down, which is glue side down, and shiny side up. There we go. Let's get some more in here. And actually, the more you can bring in, the better off you are. All right, I think my top snowflake looks good. The one on the right looks good. This one's got a couple empty spots right there. Oh, I think I got them. Okay, now we're going to clear all of this out. And I'm doing it carefully too. I do swipe across, but every once in a while I've been known to nick one and flip one right back out. So I'm being gentle at this point. Yep, see, I've got a hole right there. So since I've got everything else cleared out, I'm going to use my trusty tweezers. And I'm just going to grab it and stick one in. There we go. And oops, there's another hole right there. And that looks good. I believe I have them all. So I need my hot fix tape again, and I can actually use, I know I can use this one again. And since it is going to deteriorate a little bit faster because of the velour, this is a good one to cut up. So let's make sure it's going to fit. There we go. And lay it straight down like that. Give it a little bit of rub. Again, I'm taking the buffing pad and getting in there and getting all the rhinestones to adhere. Oh, and I think, nope, it's there. Looks like that one may have turned over though. We'll see. It might just be the red on the hot fix tape. All right, so now when I pull it off, I want to make sure they're all coming up with it. Yes, they are. Yep. And that's why we want to go low and slow. See, some of these small magnets want to pop up. You can always hold it down with your finger too. And look it over on the right here. I'm going to grab some of these little guys. They want to jump in. There we go. So I've pulled this off. Now I'm going to put them back on the hot fix tape. And then I can see my issues. Yep, that one did flip back over. So let me show you how to fix that. You bring it over, and I find that if I take it off, and sometimes I need a fingernail, seems to be easier for me. There I go, I flipped it over, and I can grab it and put it back where I want it. So I'm turning it over on the tray. And the tweezers, getting a good pair of tweezers is hard. Well, I had my favorite pair here and they walked. Okay, we'll do this right here. And I want it upside down. And sometimes the finger does the trick. There we go. And then I want to scoot it over just a little bit. There. And look, I grabbed some of those from the side. Okay, rub this down just a little bit now, because I really want it adhered to the hot fix tape. Because now what I'm going to do is grab scissors, and I'm going to cut these three apart because I want to put them in 3 separate places. So there I can easily get one set of snowflakes out of one hot fix sheet. Actually, this is a 1/4 sheet. Here we go. Okay, now I've got my gift bag again. And I'm going to lay these out. I'm going to trim this off. Because I know if I leave it here, I want to put this other one here, and they're going to overlap. So if I trim this away, and let's trim even a little bit more. And I actually saved some of these little pieces, maybe not with the velour, but some of the other ones. So I want to put that, I think I'm going to put that there. Let's give it a shot. And I'm going to move the cardboard up so it's under these two. And I know that my iron is not big enough to do the third snowflake down here. So I'm just going to do these two first. And let's lay this. Do I want it there? Nope, that's too even. I think I want it kind of there and maybe down a little bit. Can almost fit there. Let's do it right there. Snow doesn't land evenly, does it? Okay. And see how easy it is to just pick them up and move them? The rhinestones stay right on the hot fix tape. All right, I need one of you all to count for me. No, that's all right. Okay, the Teflon pressing sheet going down again. And I'm going to put it here and start my 45-second count. Now, underneath here too, I'm on more of the rhinestones, and that's just fine. It's just going to re-glue some of those down there. And we don't need the hot fix tape under it. As long as the iron is protecting the cloth underneath, we are good. When you press, you want to just leave it there. We don't want to push it back and forth. The glue starts to melt. Try to knock my camera over. These little tiny tripods, there we go. The glue starts to melt, and if I shift the iron a little bit, I might shift the rhinestones out of place too. All right, I'm thinking that's probably about 20 seconds. So we have a little bit more. With this red velvet, I like the clear or this Aurora Borealis, or maybe a yellow or a gold would look good. As you get a little bit darker, let me show you on the Wine Diva bag. I do have wine in the wine. This is actually a two-piece template, and it's a darker color. It's red wine. So it's a little bit more difficult to see. The clear or the Aurora Borealis or a gold would show up a little bit better, the lighter colors on the darker fabrics. Unless you just want it to shimmer just the darker, which is okay too. All right, I believe we're good on that one. And yep, they look kind of wimpy. They feel wimpy, and they're a little bit warm, so then they're perfect. And I'm just gonna peel it right back. There's that one. And I'm gonna put this on this just because, oh, look, I grabbed one off the tray. I wanna keep it neat and not have sticky tape all over my table. There we go. And we have one more snowflake to go. And so this one, we want to place it, say, down here. All right. So see how easy that is? If you wanted to, and I won't do it right now. Actually, I can let it go, because what I wanted to talk about was you could also embellish the back if you wanted to. It might be fun to use our 1-inch alphabet to put maybe the date 2020, since it was such a novel year for us. I can't believe 2020 is almost over, but I'm glad it's almost over, and let's hope 2021 gets better. Although if it weren't for 2020, we wouldn't be on the Zoom so much and have learned how to use our computer so well. Okie doke. I think that's a fast 45 seconds there. And yep, see how the fabric's starting to turn darker red? And it's fine, it'll cool off. It's not a problem at all. There we go. Our gift bag is embellished and ready to be given. This bag, this size actually fits ball jars very well, jelly jars, the medium-sized jelly jar. So this is a really good one for all those, what are those, pre-made cookie mixes and things like that. This is a great shape. and a great size to do that.